Alrighty, well hello everyone, and welcome to my Mario Kart 8 Deluxe playthrough, part 1. Today's episode, as well as the rest of these, are just going to be me going through all the CCs, which mind you, this is a completed save file, but I'm going to be going through all the CCs on every single cup, as the description suggests. And yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be playing through all the horses using the same combination right here on a completed save file, just because, I mean, even then, since this is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I mean, all the save files are basically going to be, I mean, a lot of the stuff's already unlocked for playing Deluxe. The only thing that isn't unlocked is Gold Mario, which all we have to do is just 100% the Bs right here. So we're going to be starting off with Mario Kart Stadium and Mushroom Cup and going from there. Not sure how long of a playthrough this will be, as far as like how long it's going to take me. I actually don't know, because I've never done a playthrough of this game before. So typically I'm not really sure how long, like as far as playthrough live streams go, at least. So I don't know how long it's probably going to take me, as opposed to, you know, some of my other playthroughs. I have done a playthrough on Mario Kart 64, and I think that only took me about 3 parts, maybe, I think. Or actually, no, it took me like 2 parts, I want to say, because I was able to finish, you know, 50, and 101, and then 150 and extra, and another one. So, yeah, I was basically able to do it in 2 parts. This, though, however, this game has the most cups out of any other Mario Kart game, and to top it all off, it's actually getting a DLC expansion, so which actually is gonna come out. The first pack of it is gonna come out in what do you call it? In a couple days, actually, like a week or 2 from now, assuming it doesn't get delayed or anything like that. So since that's the case, you know, I want to decide, might as well start a playthrough of this now. And of course, you know, every time the new courses come out, I'll do, you know, add those as bonus parts to my playthrough, because of course, you know, I don't have all the DLC yet. DLC is going to take a span of a year and a half, almost 2 years to come out. So might as well just, you know, start on this, and you know, what do you call it, start on this playthrough, because I know the DLC comes out in a few days, and yeah, see how far I get. And then probably also do some online matches too. It's been a while since I've done online matches. As far as Mario Kart games go, this is probably one of those ones where I was like, you know, pretty good at. I mean, the one that I was the best at was Mario Kart Wii. That one, you could say I probably could have gone somewhat pro, except for the ultra shortcuts and stuff like that. But this game, what do you call it? I mean, I did basically somewhat go pro here. I managed to reach like 10,000 VR and online, which is a whole nother thing altogether, as far as accomplishments go. I did manage to get 3-star rank everything, so all the cups are at max, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how long this is going to take. Especially 50cc is definitely going to drag the most. I feel like once I get to 150 and above, that's when it's going to start moving by quickly. But right now, it's pretty much just going to be 50. So this 50 might honestly take a part in stream and a half to complete. So, you know, obviously with the 2-hour stream thing I like to do, it'll probably be like 3 hours, I want to say. Maybe. Could be honestly be a lot less. I could just be overestimating it, but I feel like it would genuinely take about that. I know I definitely won't get to 100 tonight. Like, there's no way. Especially with the speed I'm going. But once I get to, what do you call it, 150, you know, mirror, and then 200 for sure, that's when you'll start seeing me like breeze by with a lot of these courses. And so what will end up happening is when the DLC does come out, which it'll be 2 cups at a time, you know, that's when I'll do those on all the CCs, which I think 50, 100, 150, and 200 all at once for 2 separate sessions would, you know, should be about the equivalent of an hour, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So honestly, like I said, it's kind of hard to say. You know, I expect at least, it to be each CC would be a stream, but I honestly think it's going to be a little bit more than that. It might be like, 5, maybe 6. I doubt it would take that long, like 6 streams worth, but it is entirely possible. Had I been playing through Mario Kart 8, the Wii U version before the DLC came out, then of course it would have just been like the standard. I probably would have finished it in 4 parts or less, but this one already has DLC, which is 4 additional cups that weren't in there in the original release of the game that are added as DLC. But here they were already included, so yeah, it's kind of just one of those things where I honestly don't know how long it'll genuinely take me. But at the same time, what's good about this is that it's going to give me some practice going to, to do online matches as well, because I do actually want to do some online matches, especially when Ricky and Rick aren't able to play, online or whoever, because they're busy. I kind of want to have this games, as a means of something else to play online, because I'm still going to be playing Call of Duty, don't get me wrong. But I honestly wish I could do more Mario Kart, to be honest. It's one of my favorite series of all time, so might as well. And especially with the DLC coming out in a few days. I honestly should have done this a little earlier, but I was in the middle of my Paper Mario 64 playthrough, and I was gonna do a Yoshi Story one, but I feel like with that one I gotta do some playing through ahead of time, because I want to have all the courses unlocked. But at the same time, it's just like and also to get some practice on the levels. At the same time, this DLC literally comes out in a few days, so I want to be able to be ready for that. I definitely want to get footage of that. That'll be great. So yeah, we'll see. I know a bunch of people are probably going to start playing Mario Kart 8 again too, with the DLC in mind, so maybe algorithms, could be a good thing to take advantage of, get a few subscribers here and there, some Mario Kart fans. I mean, honestly, I don't really have a general demographic. Well, actually, Call of Duty is probably the main thing you'll see me play through most of the time, so, which, I don't know that that's really necessarily picked up much steam as far as me getting, more viewers and stuff like that, per se. But, I mean, if Call of Duty / Mario Kart doesn't seem like a bad option, and I also want to do some Mario Party stuff too, so I can make a series out of that. I know Nathan wants me to do that one. I haven't necessarily gotten any requests for Mario Karts, which I don't really get requests per se, so yeah, I'm kicking the CPU's butt. Of course, this is 50. I'm gonna try to do my best as far as trying to get perfect scores, but obviously the main objective is to complete the cups, more than anything. When the DLC ones come out though, those I'm gonna try to perfectionize and get perfect scores all around. So those will also add a little bit more time there if I on my first try or two I don't end up getting perfect scores. But I mean, I've played through these courses for many years, ever since Kart 8 first came out back on Wii U. So when Deluxe came out, of course, I already knew all the courses, so it was pretty easy to clear them out and get perfect scores on there. Which what I don't get is why this game never added like a star rank system, like officially, like Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 7, and then even Wii DS did, where depending on how well you did on the cups and stuff like that, which mind you, it was harder in the older games, but even I think Super Circuit actually was the first one to introduce it. In the older games, it was actually a lot harder to get a perfect score. You had to do like more stuff. I think once it got to like Mario Kart 7, they started easing up a bit. Mario Kart Wii even just a little bit. I mean, it was still, you still had to do like very good on the race. Perfect score had to be more or less a guarantee. But then the other thing was the other thing was like making sure that you didn't fall off the course too many times, get by too many items. I think maybe the reason why they do it with 8, because 8 is actually the easiest one to get a 3-star rank, is to just get a perfect score. That's it. That's the only thing you have to worry about to get a 3-star rank in this game. And I think it was the same for 7, honestly, and looking back at it. Or maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it was. And so once they got to that level, I guess they stopped caring about the 3-star thing as much, because online, it doesn't show that you're a 3-star or anything like that. The only representation you have of a, you know, being a pretty good Mario Kart player is if you have Gold Mario, because all the characters and karts are pretty much, or if you're driving the gold karts and car parts and stuff like that. That's the only other way. Because aside from that, I mean, you know, that's the only thing you have to prove, that you've basically been a completionist on the single player. But in Wii and DS and Kart 7, it did show your star rank. You know, people would see that you're a 3-star and stuff like that. Mind you, it didn't always mean you were the best player. It just meant that you know, 100% the, you know, the single player, which, you know, you can't say everyone's done it, you know, because 100%ing again means, you know, getting 3 stars and getting, you know, first place and everything, which not everyone can do. And I mean, you know, for the ones that can, I mean, you know, there's some type of, you know, slight bragging rights there. But there goes my rant on 3-star ranks. You know, it's not a huge deal, but it would have been nice to, you know, have them in this game, and maybe they'll add them with an update. I mean, maybe with this, if you get 3-star rank on every single course, including DLC ones, maybe there's like a special something. And of course, luckily for me, since I have Switch Online and I pay the expansion pack, I'll be getting all these DLC courses for the game for free, which is nice, you know, because I'm obviously not going to get Animal Crossing. Never got into it, probably never will, so I can't take advantage of the Happy Home Designer or whatever expansion that they added, or Island Designer thing. So. Whereas this is an incentive for me. I mean, I already had the expansion pack beforehand, obviously. I got it at launch, but, you know, had I not had it, this definitely would have been the you know, the thing that would have been like, yeah, I need to get it, and I need to get it, you know? So, I mean, the N64 games is enough for me. Mind you, the price is still a little steep, but, hey, you're adding more stuff like this. That justifies the price a bit more, which is fine. Especially Mario Kart 8 being like the best-selling Switch game of all time. Like, it's one of those games where, you know, most people that have a Switch own this game too. So there you go. I mean, you know, get the expansion pack for free and N64 games like that. That's an incentive. I do say myself. Obviously, there could be better incentives. You know, they could take some notes from Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, but it's fine. It is what it is. So yeah, first cup, already got first place. Not bad. Obviously, it's 50cc, so it's nothing to write home about. As the title suggests, baby steps, but you know, I like to start from the beginning and work my way up. 3-star rank, thank you. So as far as the order of how I'm gonna do the cups, I'll probably do it from. I also do characters from top to bottom. I guess I'll do all those first, like the top ones, and then I'll work my way down. I'll do the top 3, like mushroom, flower, and star. Then I'll do all the retro courses, and then finish off with special, and then after special, then I'll do all the DLCs. That's usually how I do my Mario Kart sessions. Yeah, this is the second Mario Kart game I've done a live stream playthrough of. For this, it would have been what do you call it? Again, Mario Kart 64. And honestly, the only other game I could see myself do a playthrough of, per se, would be DS and Wii. Super Circuit was never good at. Super Mario Kart was never that good at. That's probably the worst one on that. Kart 7, I mean, I would probably have to emulate it because I don't have a capture card. But you know, my computer is probably more than capable of emulating it, so I'll probably do that at some point. I'm usually gonna save all the emulation games for a later date, just because, you know, it is what it is on that. Yeah, this is my combination though right here. It's the B-Dasher, I believe it's called, from Mario Kart DS, plus the super slick tires and the Hylian kite, just because, you know, it's slightly better stats. Mind you, there's bound to be better, like, you know, kart stats. You know, I know a lot of people use that little, like, bug-shaped one from like 3D Land or something, inspired, and a lot of other people use, I forget what the other one is that a lot of people use, but this is my combination because this is, technically speaking, according to stat wise, it's one of the faster combinations possible. Mind you, acceleration, all that other stuff probably isn't the best, and that's probably where the other bug one succeeds. I think it has slightly better acceleration, but this is the fastest possible, so this is, you know, especially with, you know, certain characters that, like, the heavier ones that have better speed stats, like, this is like, you know, the creep in the crop right there. As you can see, these are getting desperate, but I had one of the guys in last place get hit by a blue shell too, so it's kind of funny right there. Well, it's either that or get hit by the bullet bill, so. Sorry, bud. I had to shoot you. It was the only way. Nice little snipe, though, I will say. Yeah, I was gonna play some Cold War with Ricky tonight, but I guess he's probably crashed or something. It was a pretty slow day at work, so I can see it. I'm actually pretty sleepy myself, you know, but I was just like, I want to stream something tonight at least, so why not Mario Kart? You know, especially, I want to try to get this main series out of the way before the DLC, but it's probably not going to happen. Tomorrow I definitely can't stream. The day after I'm probably hanging out at Rick's more than likely, so can't do it that night. Sunday night more than likely would be the only night I could see, you know, and stuff like that, maybe. Yeah, no, I should be fine. Although, well, I probably, no, because Sunday is Borderlands pre-sequel day with Joseph, assuming I'm not hanging out with Rick that afternoon or something like that. Or not like that. So yeah, Sunday probably not, because even after I'll probably be playing like either Among Us or Cold War with Ricky or something. So we'll see. Monday is more than likely when I'll be playing again, and that'll be the 14th, I think. So that's actually when the DLC comes out, I'm pretty sure. It's the 14th. I could have been wrong, but or it's the 24th. It's someday in this month, you know. Apologies for not, you know, remembering the exact day. Maybe it's the 16th even, but it's coming soon. Yeah, so it's probably even the 18th. You know, now I'm just going by twos, but regardless, you know, I want to be ready for it, because I know even with playing sessions of Cold War, like, I mean, it'll be tough anyway, so Cold War's been pretty fun to play, and stuff like that, so I don't know. It's funny, a lot of the features that ended up getting added later on during the time of what's it called, Mario Kart 8's original run, like the maps. Like there were no maps in what do you call it, the original game. It was kind of just like, oh, you know, they're what do you call it? You kind of just had to memorize a layout, which is kind of unusual because every Mario Kart game, technically even, yeah, every Mario Kart game up to that point had some sort of map feature. Mind you, there's the double screen Mario Karts, which of course had the map on the bottom. And I think Kart 8 had the map on the bottom for the gamepad person, but everyone else is like, no, there's no map, which was kind of weird. I guess they wanted to keep the HUD as free as possible, but you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, it's kind of more or less crucial for newer players. I mean, it's not too useful if you know the tracks, but if you don't, I mean, it's just like, you know, I don't know, it helps, you know, it helps having it there. And then I think the other thing that I ended up getting added later, aside from DLC, of course, was 200cc, which was a pretty out of nowhere idea. You know, the thought of going any faster than 150 was always like a, you know, weird thought. A lot of people, including myself, and lo and behold, you know, Mario Kart 8 was the one to introduce it. I mean, of course, there's the mirror mode, which is the first extra mode. Actually, no, the first extra mode was 150. You counted that because you actually had to unlock it in Super Mario Kart. Mario Kart 64, you unlocked mirror mode, but in that game it was called Extra. Super Circuit, I forget if Super Circuit had mirror. I want to say it did, but I haven't played through Super Circuit in a long time. It's probably my second least favorite Mario Kart. You know, which I don't, you know, all the Mario Karts I love in some way or fashion, but Super Circuit, I don't know. I mean, if I'm sure if I would have, you know, played the game a lot younger and like gotten into it and had it on my Game Boy Advance as a kid, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. But it's just the controls and like that kind of like Mario Kart flat style. Like, I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where if I would have started with those games first and then did the 3D ones, it would have been different. But like, I started with Double Dash. Double Dash was my first like true Mario Kart game that I played and owned. After that, it was DS, and then Wii, and then funny enough, after that, it was 64. So you know, I kind of started going in reverse there for a bit, and after that, after 64, I got Super Mario Kart, which, you know, I sucked at because of course it was so drastically different from the 3D ones and stuff like that. It was very weird and stuff like that, all flat, and it was hard to control. Mind you, it's the pioneer of this series, so you got to give it the benefit of the doubt. But then, you know, I think Mario Kart Super Circuit I might have played like once or twice on my cousin's Game Boy, because he actually had the game on his Game Boy Advance. But then, like, what do you call it? I played it and I wasn't very good at it. Mind you, I only played it a couple times with him, and then, you know, to top it all off, I think when I finally ended up owning the game, which was, what do you call it, on 3DS with the Ambassador program, you know, that was on there. I think I still have it saved and everything on my 3DS. You know, I played through it a good bit, but it's just the higher CCs were a lot more difficult. You know, the freaking, you know, I did like some of the ideas they implemented though in that game, because you had like versus race, which not every Mario Kart has for some reason for single player. Even some of the somewhat modern ones like Kart 7 didn't have it, Double Dash didn't have it, and, you know, stuff like that. But added that, and it also had the biggest selection at the time of courses, because you had all the Super Circuit courses, which, you know, I think that was the first one to introduce, like, you know, 6 cups, you know, which, you know, was like the 4 main ones, and of course there was 2 bonus ones. But and it ended up doubling that, because it ended up adding, actually no, it might have been, it was either 5 or 6 cups. I'm pretty sure it was 6 though. It ended up adding the entire original catalog of courses. Actually, it might have been 5 now that I think about it. I think the Lightning Cup was the only cup they added, and maybe the Leaf one too. I don't know. That just shows you how long it's been, but it had more than the usual 4. And you know, it was because they ended up implementing Super Circuit tracks, or not Super Circuit, Super Mario Kart tracks, which was pretty cool. When I found out, like, I ended up unlocking that and finding out that that was even a thing, and I was like, wait a minute, these are from Super Mario Kart, and I was like, no way. And they literally had all the original, and I think you had to like play through like I think 150cc on, you know, all the courses, then like the Super Circuit courses to unlock the Super Mario Kart courses, which was, you know, a pretty neat unlock, you know. So, and that was honestly the Mario Kart that had the most, you know, cups and courses for a while. Honestly, because then Double Dash only had 4 cups, you know, and I don't count all cup tour because that's literally just all the cups again. But yeah, it had, what do you call it? It had that many cups or whatnot in courses, which was a good bit, you know. It was freaking, you know, yeah, it's like at least like 7, or no, it was like 8. I'm not doing that here. It was like, I don't know, but it was actually more than 8. That's the thing. So, and Mario Kart hasn't had more than 8 cups up until Deluxe, or Mario Kart 8, and added the DLC ones. Mind you, of course, Super Circuits were all 2D flat, you know, courses. So, I mean, of course, they were able to fit a bunch of those, especially on a Game Boy Advance. But, you know, it finally got toppled with Mario Kart 8 when they added the DLC. It's crazy to think about. Because yeah, in Super Circuit you had repeats. You had 2 Mushroom Cups, which was the classic Mushroom Cup, and which had the Super Mario Kart ones, and then it had the Super Circuit Mushroom Cup. So yeah, it literally doubled the amount of cups that were in the game. So I mean, which for the time was a lot. So that was interesting for sure, and it hadn't been toppled till this game. This game, of course, ended up toppling it, and Mario Kart 8 / Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and now Deluxe is gonna top it even more with all this DLC, and that's gonna for sure have the record, you know, indefinitely. Because I don't know if any other Mario Kart's gonna do that kind of thing in the future. You know, I mean, eventually it would be cool if there was a Mario Kart game that had all the courses, which I'm sure one day they'll do that, but, you know, I think for now, I mean, what we're gonna get is gonna be good enough, you know. And me being a Mario Kart fan, I'm so looking forward to this expansion pack, especially since it's, from what it looks like, it's gonna be all retro courses. So, retro courses are always my favorite, because I love going, you know, seeing these updated versions of cups and stuff like that, and of courses, and seeing how drastically, you know, they've been brightened up and stuff like that, and graphics and all that. And this was gonna have one from every game in the series, including Tour, which I thought was interesting. They included Tour, but I guess Tour is considered main series now. So it begs the question, if we get another Mario Kart, will it be called Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart 10? Because Mario Kart 9 would theoretically be Tour, so 10 would have to be whatever the heck comes out next, which, you know, some people were speculating Nintendo Kart or Smash Bros. Kart, which would be kind of cool. I mean, it seems like that would be the natural evolution to the series, but I know a lot of people would still be against that, though, because it would kind of take away the feel of it being Mario Kart, you know? I mean, it already kind of takes away the feel when we have freaking Inklings and, you know, Link and all these other weirdos in the game, so, I mean, it is what it is. The only other thing I could think of that, you know, a lot of people are going to complain about, especially now with this DLC, is that, which we've seen footage of, is it looks, the courses, the graphics, and the updates they made to them look very minimal, because they very much look like the ones from mobile Mario Kart Tour. Which, if that's the case, I mean, I wouldn't be too bummed out about it, because you know, their new course, you know, their new courses to this game, you know, mobile ports or not, graphics aside, which, I mean, graphics would be nice if they could, you know, update them, and they will. You know, the resolution is going to be a lot better, you know, and I'm sure they'll, like, the trailer that they showed was probably like an early footage of it. I'm sure they're going to, like, up the res, just do some texture stuff to make it look a little better. I mean, if they did take the lazy route and just ported the, you know, tour stuff, I mean, it still wouldn't be too bad, because, again, it's extra courses. Mind you, tour, you know, has some limitations to it. For, of course, you can't actually, like, fully control your cart like you could. Like, there's no controller support. You're pretty much always moving, and, you know, you gotta do all these weird tricks and tapping, like, you know, and stuff like that. Which I kind of got into Mario Kart Tour for like the first month that it came out, and then after that I kind of just dropped it. It was just like, yeah, I mean, it got kind of boring, and, like, you know, I felt so restricted, and a lot of it was pay to win. So this is the non-pay to win. You know, you actually have full control of your cart, and to top it off, what do you call it? You actually end up getting, you know, all these courses, but in this game, and honestly, I doubt all of them are going to be Mario Kart Unreal. Mario Kart Tour ported courses, you know, there's going to have to be some original ones, like Coconut Mall hasn't come out in Tour yet, and that's going to be added. Mind you, yes, it could have already been in development for Tour, and that's probably the one that they're going to bring to Tour, but even then, Tour's graphics aren't that bad. They actually do look pretty good. Mind you, it's on a phone, and they're going to be, you know, slightly higher resolution and slightly better textures on here anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. I think it's fine. It would have been better to have the full Mario Kart 8 Deluxe upgrade on some of them, mind you, something like, you know, looking like this, but obviously with constraints and COVID being a huge fan, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but I will say, though, Nintendo has been getting a little lazy when it comes to their content recently, and I don't know if it's like management or just like, you know, what do you call it? I mean, COVID obviously was a big one, but, like, you know, just like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, they have been getting a little lazy, you know, with certain things. You know, 3D All-Stars is probably the biggest example of something like that recently. You know, and a couple of other things they've done, Switch Online expansion packs, you know, Price Point, and a bunch of other things. But, you know, I still respect them as a company. They don't make the best decisions, but again, they're not perfect. None of these gaming companies are perfect. They all make mistakes. I mean, freaking look at Activision with the Call of Duty series. Look at EA with Battlefield. Look at, you know, Microsoft, you know, with trying to buy everyone out, you know, and not really giving other companies a chance. Look at Sony with, you know, their lack of backwards compatibility, and it's just like every company has their faults, you know. Nintendo, they're kind of just doing their own thing. Mind you, if, you know, luckily for them, they're still able to compete with, you know, against Sony and Microsoft, despite the graphic limitations, despite the horsepower, and even PC. But it's the fact that they're, you know, what do you call it? When they're doing their own thing, that honestly is probably what's keeping them afloat more than anything. And I'm always going to be a Nintendo fan at heart, so, you know, it's my first, you know, consoles that I've gotten, all the Nintendo consoles, and yes, it is a little fanboyish of me, but, you know, it's just who I am, and, you know, I'm not gonna defend them for their bad decisions, you know. If they make bad decisions, they made bad decisions, and I'm not afraid to call them out on it. I mean, I've called them out on 3D All-Stars, I've called them out on a couple of other stuff, but, you know, and they'll hear it from me. And I want them to succeed, and, you know, I also have to be a partial critic too, because, you know, if I'm not, then I really would be like fanboying in the sense of like blindly defending them, which, you know, would be really dumb of me. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely some room for improvement, Nintendo, but, you know, it's just one of those things, you know. It's like a family member, obviously. Like, if you have a family member, you know, that, you know, causes problems or is like, you know, stuff like that, or you know, whatever the excuse may be, where you're not really close with them or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, they're family, they're flesh and blood. So it's like one of those things where, you know, they're your family at heart. So I mean, let that be the reason why you still have, you know, you still live, you know, with them or still have hope for them and stuff like that, is because they're your family and nobody's perfect and stuff like that. So that's my thoughts on it. Nintendo's like a family to me, and you know, of course, you know, no family's perfect, so they have room for improvement, but you know, I'll always look out for them, always, you know, keep up with them. And if Nintendo releases a new console, I'm probably gonna buy it day one, you know, stuff like that, you know. And I'd hate to see them, you know, go down the Sega path and start becoming a third party. I mean, because then you wouldn't get like as many opportunities from them to release games and all this other stuff, and it's just like, yeah, you know, and that's ultimately what I would be afraid of if they don't approve, is that that's going to end up happening, which I'm pretty sure could have happened with after the Wii U's failure. You know, if it wasn't for the Switch's success, they probably would have had to, you know, stick to, you know, Sega-ing for the rest of their existence, you know. But luckily the Switch is a success, and yeah, you know, they made a lot of money from it. They still make a lot of money, and I hope that it hasn't gone to their heads, and that's why they've kind of been taking, you know, lazy steps for things. So we'll see. I'd rather do it like that, because I could have gotten more coins. These guys just keep catching me at the wrong time. I mean, mind you, they're still pretty far, and the guy in second place has a freaking star, so you already know they're getting desperate. Yeah, almost 40 minutes, so we seem to be doing about 15 minutes a cup on 50, so we got 12 cups to do, 15, so I'll probably only end up doing the first 8, it looks like. Yeah, the first 8, I won't get to the, you know, DLC, you know, the original DLC cups until next part, from what it looks like. But then once I get to 100, I'll probably end up having those, and then probably half of the hundreds done and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, at this rate, I guess, yeah, it's probably gonna be 6 parts. You know, maybe 5 if I start. It really does start to speed up a lot on 150 and 200 and stuff like that, which it will. But I mean, I still feel like even at the rate I'm going, then yeah, it probably will be like 6 parts, which is fine. You know, I figured it was gonna take longer than an average Mario Kart game. You know, with an average by, like, you know, obviously the whole like 4 Nitro Cups and 4 Retro Cups, which was the standard started by DS and last implemented by 7/OG8. So those I feel like are probably going to be, what do you call it, 4, maybe 5 parts, you know, at the latest or whatnot. Unreal. Just everyone behind us. I'll say I like the attention to detail you get in this game. Like, look at that, the snow on the tires thing. That's always pretty cool to see. But yeah, obviously, since I'm doing a cup, obviously these cups I gotta do in bundles. So if I start a cup, like, I have to finish the stream and stuff like that. Or I have to finish the cup before I finish the stream. And if it looks like I'm not gonna have enough time to start a cup, which will probably happen once I finish the first 8, I'll probably end up, you know, cutting it short like an hour and 50-something minutes or something. Which we'll see how it goes. Again, it really just depends, but we will see here. I still can't believe the whole DLC thing though. I really hope other games like Super Mario Party Superstars gets DLC. It's one of those things where it would have been nice for Super Mario Party to have it, but I feel like at this point with Superstars, you know, it pretty much already, you know, fixed at least half of that, you know, Mario Party craving I had for a minute. Mind you, that game needs DLC, because I feel like they definitely could have put more boards in there. Minigame count was perfect, it's just the boards would have been nice to have more, especially, I mean, it was great that they did, you know, just the original 3 Mario Parties to get boards from, but it's like the GameCube ones had some phenomenal boards that they could have gone from, you know. And so it's just like one of those things where, yeah, I mean, hopefully if they do DLC, they bring some GameCube ones. I mean, if they just do a bunch of N64 ones, that'd be fine too, because, you know, there were some N64 boards that are really good that were missed too, and honestly just having more boards period would always be a plus side regardless, but it would be awesome if they could do GameCube ones though. I doubt they will. They'll probably save that for the sequel, but you know, it'd be a nice thing to see. Overlap these guys. Or actually, I've already started. They've been bombing them too. Managed to get to the 7th place spot after lapping everyone. That's funny. That is hilarious. I mean, just to prove that it can happen, you know? See, I'm hopeful for something like that right there, that intro. Something like that if they're gonna do, you know, the flat Mario Kart courses again. And even some of the N64 ones or GameCube ones, whatever they add, hopefully they at least implement more of that, you know, like stuff with the dynamics, because that would be nice. I mean, sure, you know, a lot of people who like love the courses the way they were, it's fine, but it's just like, I love it when they did that whole upgrade for Mario Kart 8 courses, period. Like, it's just like they went all out. They had the graphics, I mean, obviously were the big thing, but, you know, just changing the layout a bit to make it more like three-dimensional, because before then, like, all the retro courses were literally just that, just ports of the original with better graphics, and now, you know, usually the songs stay the same. But no, this game not only brought the courses back in a new way, like with this thing obviously having this section right here, but they changed the music, made it more like, you know, instrumental and stuff like that. And mind you, yes, a lot of the songs, the way they were already really good, and I didn't mind that too much of them, you know, having the original, what's it called, like songs from those games, and just slightly better sound quality if they were like the Game Boy one or Super Circuit, or I mean Super Mario Kart. But yeah, I mean, I just I appreciate that attention to detail they went to. So hopefully a lot of the courses from this expansion pack are like this, you know. If they're not, it's not the end of the world, but it would be nice. It would be nice, Nintendo, please do it. First we need a boat though. Nice. Continuing on. Cheap Beach from Mario Kart DS. Yeah, so Mario Kart Wii, I'd say, is undoubtedly my favorite Mario Kart game. That was the Mario Kart game that I was the best at. That was the game I played for multiple hours. I have a lot of great memories playing with friends and even with my sister too. After that, it would probably be this game, just because of all the features, courses, and stuff like that it has. So obviously, and of course, you know, which is a given, just being the most modern one in the series, and now having DLC is going to solidify that even more. It's just obviously with Kart Wii is a little bit more nostalgia, so it's kind of like my whole situation with Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Odyssey. You have Super Mario Odyssey, which just blows Mario 64 as far as features, levels, graphics, everything out of the water, but you know, that original game had, like, you know, what's it called? It had that nostalgia feel, the flair, stuff like that. You just can't beat. Like, you can't beat those memories. And mind you, yes, that is a personal thing more than anything, because, you know, obviously everyone's experience is different. But it's just like, that's the reason why I enjoy those games a lot more. It's just because, you know, they hold sentimental value and all this other stuff. And I'm sure for a lot of people out there, you know, especially younger people who never played Mario 64 but played Odyssey and all this other stuff, like, I mean, it's probably the same thing for them with those games as it is for me with Mario 64. And I mean, that's my personal opinion, and it's their personal opinion, so it's like one of those things where, you know, it's just dependent on the person, their memories, you know, and all that stuff. And that's really ultimately it, is good memories and stuff like that, and how much you enjoyed the game, and, you know, and all that other stuff. So, which of course I can't, you know, compare, you know, these modern games to those, because as a kid, you know, my imagination, and then like the lack of the internet, you know, to look up stuff, I had to pretty much, especially by early gaming time, childhood, like I had to pretty much learn everything just by learning it, which is good. Obviously, and nowadays you can look up everything and, you know, get the answer to it. Heck, I've even had to do a little bit of looking up on during some of my streams, like the Banjo-Kazooie one. I had to look up some stuff because I didn't remember everything from when I played Banjo-Kazooie and stuff like that. There's still some things that I missed or some things that I had to look back on because I was like, wait, did I actually get this or something like that? So, and it happens, you know, and stuff like that. But you know, you can't beat that, you know, thing as a kid though, where you had to do everything, you know, on your own. And then it was only later when you find a whole bunch of cool stuff that you didn't even know existed, like all the cool glitches in Mario 64 that I didn't know as a kid, but I found out through YouTube and other stuff later. So yeah, I mean, it's subjective, but you know, what's it called? Again, so I know I got a little off tangent there, but yeah, Mario Kart Wii, favorite Mario Kart. This is my second favorite. Third favorite would probably, it's a very close battle between DS and Double Dash. I'd say Double Dash a little better just because Double Dash, again, also have a little more sentimental value towards that one because I did play that one with my sister a lot and my dad and my grandfather and stuff like that. A bunch of people, just a couple of my friends. The courses were great and stuff like that. Mind you, DS had double the amount of courses, and that I also experienced. And that one more so with friends, of course, through DS Download, and so that created other memories. But I think Double Dash being my first Mario Kart, and then also just like the one that you can genuinely still play at parties, like stuff like that. Like actually, ended up Ricky, and I ended up playing Double Dash the other day, funny enough, at Rick's place. So it's just like, you know, it's still one of those games you can pick up and play and have fun and, you know, make new memories and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't really get the same with these new ones because the online support, you don't even need to be in the same place, and a lot of modern gaming, you know, really is just like doing everything, you know, online, and like saves you from having to implement local multiplayer because local multiplayer isn't as much of a thing. And obviously the whole pandemic thing didn't help the situation at all because, you know, even less people were getting together and stuff like that. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things. But it is what it is. I just love tossing red shells at me on for something. Oh, purple fire thing was a neat touch. I think Deluxe actually added that. I don't know if it was in the original. I think in the original it just had the blue one and the yellow one. Yeah. The moment it finally gave me a super horn, that would have been so much more useful earlier, but that's fine. Fine by me, boss. Alrighty, so now that we finished that cup, we can move on. It's the shell cup. We gotta do banana next, then leaf cup, then lightning, then special, and I think that'll finish off the first stream right here. Link right there.
Let's go.
Banana. It is time to do the banana cup. if I end up having what's it called, 15 minutes left after the special cup, then I'll probably start one of the DLC ones because that would give me enough time. But I mean, because it seems like I'm saving some time here and there from my original, you know, it takes 15 minutes to do a cup theory. So, you know, it's entirely possible I could at least do one. Source, save me after the fact. That's not gonna help. Mushrooms placed at a very convenient spot. That wasn't convenient though, what the freak. Or that. Or that. The moment I had something really convenient happen to me, something very inconvenient happens 10 seconds later. Well, that's Mario Kart for you. Mind you, I feel like Mario Kart Wii, while it is my favorite game in the series, had it worse when it came to items. Especially at least this game, you get 2 item slots and stuff like that. But Wii was brutal. It really was, with a lot of aspects. Items especially, I feel like there's almost twice as much blue shells that you run into. You know, some of the items in there were kind of dumb, like the POW block, once you learn how to dodge it, you could dodge it practically every time, but, you know, the freaking lightning cloud thing, like, what was the point of that, you know? Like, nobody wanted that, and stuff like that. But what was cool, though, is that the support that Mario Kart Wii got after, which is one of those things where, you know, you can't really say about the other Mario Kart games as much. I mean, and that's the modding community. You know, adding, what do you call it, extra cups and stuff like that, Mario Kart CTGP, you know, and stuff like that. Bringing back Mario Kart Wii's Online, which was shut down by Nintendo, and stuff like that. Like, you know, they kept the community alive, and that's another thing, is out of all the Mario Kart communities, the Mario Kart Wii community has honestly lasted the longest, and is still one of the bigger ones, because it still has a, you know, cult following. Mind you, at this point in time, you know, unless you still have a Wii with Mario Kart Wii and you still have the urge to play that game online, that's usually the people I find on there. But I mean, eventually it will come to a point where, you know, there'll probably be barely, if anyone at all, playing, which I guess there's probably a good couple hundreds that play CTGP because they still do updates, and there's still, I think out of all the Mario Kart games, it was the best selling at one point before this game came out, of course. And so, you know, that also helped into that as well, which begs the question, will this game get that same kind of support and love after the fact? I mean, right now it's getting support thanks to DLC, which begs the question also, if, you know, Mario Kart Wii came out at a time when Nintendo was messing with DLC and stuff like that, would that game have gotten in on extra support? And to that I say probably, because that's essentially what CTGP is custom DLC that, you know, modders added into the game to bring more life to the game and stuff like that, which is really good. You know, mind you, obviously Nintendo's probably not the biggest fan, but at this point, you know, they, in a way, could care less because, one, it's the Wii, like, they don't have any servers to control anymore, And at that point, since they're not supporting the Wii anymore, I mean, you know, it's like one of those things where it's just like, why care about that when you should be more worried about your consoles that people are, you know, legitimately playing online and stuff like that, and modding and doing all this other stuff, which eventually that's going to happen to the Wii U. It's basically already started with the Wii U ever since the Switch came out, and it's only been getting worse, I feel like. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, eventually that'll happen to this game too. Mind you, Switch is so successful, and it's still probably slightly a little over halfway with its lifespan. It's still got years to you know, to go and prosper and stuff like that. Depending on Nintendo, of course, and how they go about, you know, doing their next console and how it's going to affect everything. But, you know, it's one of those things where we'll see, you know. We shall see. And I mean, that begs the question though, if they add that much DLC to this game, you know, that many courses, 40 courses and stuff like that, ultimately, you know, so if modders were to add stuff to the game, like, would it just be the remaining courses that never got remade? I mean, probably. And then of course maybe a lot of, you know, new courses, of course. Probably a good chunk of them being courses that were originally made for the Mario Kart Wii modding scene and stuff like that. 'Cause that has honestly just continually grown as far as like how much courses and stuff they've added to it and whatnot. Mind you, CTGB isn't the only mod out there. There's multiple different mods where multiple people do courses from other people. Like CTGB is the one that's been around the longest, and you know, has the most influence because it, you know, was made by the creators of the servers that keep Wii games, you know, online without Nintendo's, you know, involvement. So it's just kind of like one of those things where it's thanks to them that we have all this like neat stuff to do with our, you know, discontinued Wii stuff. So, you know, which is great, you know, because without that, I mean, we just had to stick with playing those games offline, which is fine too, you know, but it's just like, you know, that online keeps that community alive and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I know Mario Kart 7 starting to get some type of CTGB going. Mind you, Mario Kart Wii's or 7's is very in the infancy phase of that kind of thing going on right now. Like, they kind of just started doing it, like, I'd say like less than 3 years ago. So it's still relatively new. And I mean, they've only added a decent bit of courses from what I hear. Kart 8, the original one on Wii U, like, I mean, that's got a little bit of a hacking scene. It doesn't have its own server, mind you, or anything like that I'm aware of. Technically, Kart 7, same thing, because those servers are still up. I wonder when they're going to shut them down, though, because if they're shutting down the Wii U eShop, then they could, you know, eventually shut down those game servers, because, you know, maybe it's too expensive for them or something like that, or just not enough people are playing. And it'll happen in due time. Hopefully not soon, because, I mean, you know, where else are you going to be able to play Splatoon 1 and Mario Kart 8, the OG Mario Kart 8, or what do you call a couple of the other games, you know, Smash Bros. For Wii U and some other stuff here and there. Mind you, there's better versions on Switch, sure, but, you know, there's going to be that nostalgia feel for those people that played those original ones. So, I mean, there you go. That's my 2 cents on that. So, I don't know. We'll see what the future holds there. Unreal, what the freak? Did a trick on there. It didn't count. Perfect timing. Oh, well, of course. Of course. Couldn't let me have this one game. Couldn't let me use the super horn on the freaking blue shell. Just had to freaking, you know, hit me with a lightning strike before I even got the chance, you know. Unreal. Very unreal. Oof. Barely dodged that. Unreal. Couldn't have fallen a little bit later to where I could have at least barely dodged that full shell. Oh my gosh. The freak. That's very unreal. And then that happened. 0 coins and 0 items in first place. Unbelievable. And I'm probably just gonna get coins here, aren't I? Okay, well no, I got a banana, but still, man, what the freak. Not having the best of luck on this race, but luckily I'm still holding my own. Finally, I can properly perform that turn. I get hit by lightning. Unreal. Alrighty, well, there goes that cup. Next is the Leaf Cup. Leaf Cup, Leaf Cup. Oh, where do we go from here?
Tanuki!
Got Tanuki Mario here. And we got the Leaf Cup. Not bad at all. This course, I remember not being the biggest fan of it on DS, is where it came from. I mean, it would have been nice for them to bring it back Waluigi Pinball, but I think that's actually one of the DLC courses coming out on this first pack, which is good, because that's a classic right there, is Waluigi's Pinball. Which at that point, now that I think about it, because I know in this game it's not the case, of course, because all the courses have their own, you know, original, you know, songs that they've performed, because none of them are like courses with the same song, you know, playing and stuff like that. So that begs the question, when they add Waluigi's Pinball, is it going to have this exact song? Because it is the exact same song in the original. Or are they going to change it up and make it more like pinball arcadey sounding, you know? I'm very curious about that, because again, in this game, you know, in past Mario Kart games like Mario Kart, you know, Wii and behind, you know, in 7, there would be situations where you'd have, you know, more multiple courses with the same kind of music. Of course, perfect example, Kart 7 is probably the most recent one that had that, of course. The Mako Woohoo and Woohoo Loop have the exact same song. Mario Circuit and Toad Circuit, exact same song. And Mario Kart Wii, same thing. Mario Circuit, Luigi Circuit, all those had the same, you know, the same song. And then the retro courses even was the same way. Like, so the retro courses, I don't think Kart 7 had retro courses with the same songs, or Kart Wii. Actually, I don't think Kart Wii did, but I think Kart DS did. Kart DS had some courses that had them the same, maybe. But you know, it was always almost like a written rule that they would have the same song if they stuff like that. But this game surprisingly didn't have any two courses that had the same songs. Mind you, there's weird exceptions, you know, where of course this game actually has, the deluxe version at least, has battle courses where there is, you know, the battle course version, but that's different though. I can understand the battle courses having slightly different tunes, but when it comes to races though, are they going to have the exact same course music? And if that's the case, you know, that'd be neat, because I'd be curious to see. Or if, you know, if not, they're probably just gonna have original course tracks, which is also fine, but it would just kind of throw me off a bit. But you know, it would be fine if they did that too. And it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, now that we're getting 40 courses, it's gonna happen. And Waluigi Pinball is already a perfect example of it. The only song we've heard from the new thing is Coconut Mall, but obviously Coconut Mall only had Coconut Mall's theme. You know, there's no other course that ever had that exact song. So yeah, we'll see when it comes out. I'm very curious. But I mean, I don't know. Knowing Nintendo, it probably will be the same if they did take the lazy route, you know, in that regard. Because that also begs the question: are they going to? I mean, Coconut Mall definitely sounded different, slightly different than the original. So, whereas when it came to courses that were, you know, made for Mario Kart Tour that are bringing back, like at the Mario Kart Tour courses, like the Mario Kart Tour retro courses, those kept the exact same songs. Like literally, they weren't altered, like Mario Kart 8 would have altered them. Heck, some of the courses I think that were on there, at least a variation of them, were in Kart 8, and they didn't give it the Kart 8 upgrade. They just kept it the same, you know, like the original, which is fine. I actually like it when they keep it like the original, but I also like it when they change it up too. So, you know, are they gonna keep it like the original in these new courses, like Tour, or are they actually gonna do full requesto recreations? With Coconut Mall, it does, again, it is different. That's the only one we've heard so far, but that actually genuinely sounds different from the original, so I'll give them props to that. Mind you, Mario Kart Wii and above, so Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7 tracks in this game pretty much more or less stayed the same. You know, Mario Kart Wii's, you know, had slight upgrades here and there, but 7 stayed the same for the most part, and Wii more or less stayed the same. You know, obviously it's a little more instrumental. But then, of course, everything before that, though, yeah, completely new songs altogether, basically. You know, the amount of changes they made to the soundtrack. I don't know, this guy squished me. What the freak? Nice. Missing King Boo there a little bit, you know, at the end. Just had to, because he freaking squished me. Very unreal of him. Very unreal. Use a card. always a fun course. I mean, yeah, this one basically sounds exactly like the original. It's just, you know, maybe a slightly, very slightly better orchestrals. Mind you, that was on 3DS, and, you know, there's only so much they could do, but it does sound pretty much exactly as the 3DS one did. But as far as courses that I'm looking for them to remake, I know for a fact Mushroom Gorge, definitely a big one right there. Hopefully they bring that one back. That was a favorite one from the Wii. Maple Tree Way from Mario Kart Wii. As far as anything else from Mario Kart Wii, I mean, Rainbow Road, Bowser's Castle. Hopefully they bring back a good chunk of the Bowser Castles and Rainbow Roads. I mean, they could literally, if they wanted to, make an entire Rainbow Road Cup. I doubt they're gonna do that, but you know, it'd be kind of interesting and cool if they did. But definitely need more Rainbow Roads. Mario Kart 7s is probably one of the better ones to bring back. Double Dash was pretty good too. Wii's was nice, you know. I thought Wii's was fantastic. Double Dash, you know, had a good one too. Super Circuit, I mean, you know, it's nice, but I mean, I feel like if they were gonna remake another one, I feel like Super Circuit would be next because they already did Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64, so that looks like it would be the next in line, as well as Double Dash. So, but it would be nice if they did all of them, but I doubt they will, though. They'll probably try to add some type of variety. Like, even with, like, Super Mario Kart courses, I feel like if they're gonna remake, like, an SNES Mario Circuit, like, they're only gonna do one, maybe two, but they're probably only gonna do one, just because, you know, they don't want to flood it with those, especially since, I will say, a lot of the Super Mario Kart courses are, like, you know, slight, you know, clone variations of each other. So, like, obviously Mario Circuit, you know, 3 and 4 very similar, you know, as 4 just adds more loops. But honestly, that would be neat to see, though. Super Mario Circuit 4, that's the only SNES Mario Circuit that's never been remade, and I thought it would have been remade here because they remade 3 in Wii, 2 in what's it called, in 7, and 1 on DS. So 4 was the only Mario Circuit, and that would have been next in line, and they didn't. And it was unreal of them for not doing it, because that's like my favorite, you know, tracks from the original Mario Kart was the Mario Circuit ones, because of the song and because of the layout. You know, it's nice and simple. But no, they didn't remake it here. I don't know why. It is what it is, but I just don't know why. You know, I don't know. Very unreal. Matter of fact, Super Mario Kart didn't actually get much love in this game. I think there's really only like one course they've remade. Aside, which is a SNES Rainbow Road, but actually, was that the only one? No, and SNES Donut Plains. Those are the only Super Nintendo ones. Mind you, Donut Plains was the only one before the original DLC came out. So let's give some Super Mario Kart some more love. Give us one of the Koopa Beaches. Give us the ice levels, vanilla or ice, whatever they were called, like ice courses or whatnot. One of those. Mind you, those are pretty small, but you know, make it Mario Kart 8-esque. You know, give us some big loops or something to like justify the layout or something like that. I mean, I know they were just squares courses, from what I remember, but you bring back one of those. You know, that'd be interesting. As far as from Super Circuit, they already brought back Ribbon Road. Rainbow Road would be interesting, though. I mean, I know I just said that it wasn't that good of a Rainbow Road, but I mean, I could see them bringing that one back, so I guess we'll add that to the list. I mean, honestly, a lot of those courses weren't that memorable for me, so it's kind of hard, you know, to really do. I know they're actually now that I remember it, they're gonna bring back Sky Valley or whatever from that game, so that would be cool. Mario Kart 64. I know Choco Mountain's confirmed. That's gonna be one of the first ones. What else? They could add. They already have Turnpike. They already have Peach Circuit, or Royal Raceway, which is basically Peach Circuit. They could add a Mario Circuit back again. I mean, I know that's already been remade, as well as Luigi Circuit, but those are good, nice ones. Both of the snow ones have been remade at some point. Ultimately, I'm trying to think of courses that have never been remade, because ideally that would be, you know, better. But I thought that's the philosophy that Mario Kart was going with, you know, all the games. But I guess DLC is kind of one of those exceptions, because with the DLC courses, SNES Mario Circuit had already been remade. GCN Yoshi Road or whatever had already been remade. SNES Rainbow Road had already been remade before, so those were 3 outliers. Mind you, they're all DLC courses, but they were outliers in that scenario. So it's kind of just like, you know, it's hard to say that you know, they're gonna do the same thing for the DLC. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, you know, I don't know. I would like it to be courses that haven't been remade personally, but at the same time, there is a part of me that I know Mushroom Gorge was made on 3DS or remade on there, but I would ultimately like to see it on, you know, in this game, just because that would be awesome. Alright, Lightning Cup. Yeah, so that it would be cool for them to do that. I don't know if they will, but again, we don't know. We honestly don't know. Choco Mountain had been remade though. That was actually remade on DS. I just remembered that. So there's already an outlier right there. Sky Valley hadn't been remade. I forget what the other ones they showed off. There was like some Kart Tour courses. I know like at least 2. That Toad Circuit one from Kart 7, that was probably a good choice. I could see that one being there. As far as other 3DS ones, I hope they bring back Daisy Hills. They probably will, just because it was a Mario Kart Tour track and be easier than before. But Daisy Hills, one of the Woohoo loops. At least give me, if not Maka Woohoo, give me Woohoo loop. I want one of those to be remade. And I want the classic Wii Sports theme in there. That was probably like one of my favorite courses in the series. Mind you, they were both broken as heck when they originally came out on Kart 7 when you did the Ultra Shortcuts. But, you know, what's it called? Obviously, they're not going to have those in this game. So, I wonder if that's why they didn't bring them back. But, you know, I don't know. It'd be nice to see those make a return. At least one of them. With the OG music, if possible, because the remake music they did for the battle course, I wasn't the biggest fan of. I knew it's a battle course, so they have an excuse to change up the music a little bit, but you know, I better be seeing what's it called? Finally, I got to break one of those. Hopefully, we see one of those. Double Dash. Rainbow Road, of course, would be nice, but I don't know if they're going to put too many Rainbow Roads. Wario Coliseum would be interesting. They could do that as like a 2-lap one. That one's never been remade, and it's a pretty fun course. Then again, we already have a couple different Wario courses, but it'd be nice to bring that one back. The Waluigi course, even though it's been brought back on Mario Kart Wii, would be nice too. What else? I don't think that, I forgot what it was called, the city course from that game. There's 2 city courses, but the one that was like at night, I forgot the name of that one. That would be nice to bring back too. That was a pretty good one. Even the other one would be nice too, but that one hadn't been remade, so that one has more of an excuse to be remade. What else? Scoopa Cape would be nice for Mario Kart Wii that hadn't been remade yet. I don't think so. Maple Treeway already got remade, but I would like to see that again. Sure, whatever. I don't know, there's just so many options, you know? So many options, try and choose. I just hope they don't have half of the courses be Mario Kart Tour courses, and I mean like the original Mario Kart Tour ones. I mean, it's fine, because they are going to be changed up. You know, you can actually drive around, but like, the problem with tour courses is very straightforward. Mind you, yes, they probably will end up implementing some of those variations of it into those somehow, maybe not. You know, maybe pull a Excite Bike Arena kind of situation, and regardless, every time you enter, it could be a different version. I don't know. Might be a lot of work, but it would be a nice touch, because the courses, of course, are very flat. This is, again, you know, tour we're talking about, the one that you can't really navigate very much, so it's pretty straightforward courses. But hopefully they'll maybe add some shortcuts, change them up a bit, you know, make them more diverse. Mind you, I've only played like not even a handful of the courses they've added throughout, you know, Mario Kart Tour's lifespan. Because again, I abandoned that game a month in after all my reasonings behind it. But you know, I don't know how a lot of those other courses are like. Maybe they are more diverse and feel like, you know, genuine Mario Kart. But the very first one, the New York one, very straightforward course. Very small too. Well, that was another thing, is those courses were tiny. Mind you, they'll have 3 laps, so they'll, you know, it'll at least make it'll, you know, drag a bit more, which is good. I don't want them to be tiny courses, you know. But I don't know. That's the only courses that make me feel a little uneasy about the whole thing. Because for starters, I've never even played. I've only played about 2 of those original courses. And the other thing is, you know, again, just from what they look pretty straightforward. And I don't know, you know, I like my courses like this, you know, all over the place, you know. So that's what I'm afraid of. We'll see how it goes. You know, I hope Mario Kart Tour is probably the, you know, they only pick like maybe 5 or 6 courses out of the 40. But like, if they're gonna do an even amount, I hope, you know, every Mario Kart gets an even amount of representation. You know, to the best of their abilities, of course, but some type of even representation. You know, I mean, if you divvy up, what do you call it? I mean, at that point, it would be 8 Mario Karts. If you divvy up 8 Mario Karts, replacing Kart 8 with Tour, I mean, divide that, that would be about 5 courses from each Mario Kart. So if they do 5 courses from each Mario Kart, I'd say that's a fair amount. I'd say that's a pretty fair amount. Mind you, they're gonna miss a bunch of them, but I think that's a fair amount. Unless they do a expansion 2. I doubt they will. That would be a lot. Or maybe they might add some bonus courses here or there. But, you know, we'll see. The only other thing I can think of too is, which some people mention too, is couldn't they have like added new modes or like new characters even? Which new characters would have been nice to have too. I wonder if it's just like balancing. They don't want to, like, you know, change up the balance and stuff like that, because they already have a good chunk of characters, and then adding more characters to try to like balance them out with the cars, make them not as overpowered, and do all this like stuff. Like maybe that's why, because we have a ton of characters in this game, the most in the series. Mind you, a lot of them are weird carbon copies of each other, or like the Koopalings case, like do we really need all 7 Koopalings to freaking have a character slot, you know? It could have been a costume swap like in Smash Bros. And maybe some of these, you know, DLC ones could essentially be something like that, but, you know, it'd be nice to have some of those missing characters, like, you know, the ones that have, you know, been cut from the series, like EGAD or Kamek, or, you know, stuff like that, or you know, ones that have only appeared in, like, you know, one game, like Paratroopa, Funky Kong. I mean, I know mobile's been doing a pretty good job, or Tour's been doing a pretty good job at bringing back characters. Mind you, again, that's Tour. This is not, you know, the main series line, which is the one that I care about. So, and Tour, with the, you know, the way they have it laid out, especially with this freaking pay-to-win stuff, like, you have freaking 10 different, at least 10 different versions of some of the characters. Like, Mario has like 10 different costumes, and each costume is considered a character in that game. So, yes, that game technically has the most characters in the game, if you want to go about it like that, especially since the characters' actual stats, as far as, like, you know, how fast they go, like, has no effect. Like, there is nothing like that. It's just, like, if you're using the right character in the right course, and they get some bonuses and stuff like that, which I think was really dumb, especially with the pay-to-win mentality, but just why I saw through that so quickly, and that's why I never looked back. But, what do you call it? Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it's one of those things where we'll see how it goes, but I'm sure we'll add some new updates and stuff like that. Maybe not 250cc, I think that'd be a little much. Some people were speculating maybe we can get a reverse mode, like, you know, instead of like mirror mode, which when I was a kid I always thought it was like the reverse mode, but as in like driving the course backwards. But like, I feel like to do that they would literally have to make all the courses, you know, again. Like, they would have to double the courses again, because at that point, you know, it would literally, a lot of these courses, like, you physically can't drive backwards even if you wanted to because of the layout. So they would have to change it up and do it Mario Kart Tour style that has reverse courses, but I honestly doubt they would do that, because the problem with doing something like that is that, well, for starters, it sounds like we're going to have another 150cc kind of situation, because what other CC would they put that, categorize that in? And I doubt they're going to do like a thing where it's like a toggle. Okay, well, you played 50cc on regular courses, here's 50cc in reverse, or here's 100cc in reverse, here's mirror mode in reverse, here's 200cc, and yeah, no. See, I could, you know, vaguely see them doing that, but I think that would be a little overwhelming. You know, it would double the amount of work you'd have to do to 100% it. Which wouldn't be bad. I mean, I guess, you know, it gives the game more life, but I don't know. I don't see him doing that. For starters, it'd be a lot more work. Which, you know, as we discussed earlier, Nintendo, at least recently, has been the biggest when it comes to doing that. So I doubt they're gonna do that. Maybe in the next Mario Kart game, but not this one. What do you call it? So yeah, I don't know. We'll see, but. I mean, that's the only big one people would suggest they could do. I mean, I haven't really thought of anything else as far as what they could do. Maybe like, oh shoot, they could add a I don't even know, missions mode. Maybe that would be kind of cool. Leaderboards, like the way Mario Kart Wii had them with the Mario Kart channel. They could add the star ranking system, which would be nice, you know, like I mentioned before. They could, what do you call it? Oh, what else? There's gotta be some other things I'm not thinking of right now. I mean, mission mode I just mentioned, but like, maybe even do it kind of like how we did it. Maybe it might be too much work, but like how there was like a weekly mission that everyone had to do, and there was a leaderboard, and probably going to be a lot of work, so maybe not. You know, I don't see him doing that. What else? I mean, I guess they could just throw it out, you know, just give us a curveball and just do some spontaneous like new mode that you didn't think of before, and now they're doing it. I mean, we got a little bit of the credits here, which we'll skip because let's be real here, who are we? You know, if you really want to watch the credits, I mean, I'll probably have it play at the very end, you know, but I'll have my like finale stream or something, but no, we'll hold off on that. We'll do Special Cup, which we'll see if I can make this get to the hour and 45-minute mark. Then I'll do one more cup. If not, and I get to like 148 or near 150, I'll call it. Which, I mean, I am pretty tired anyway, so I might just do it just because, you know, and call it. And, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how tiring this cup is. I mean, I've played it plenty of times, but, you know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know what else. I doubt adding an All Cup Tour would be a good idea. That would take an eternity to complete. I don't know if, you know, the Switch's battery life, if you take the handheld, they would ever do something like that. And you could pretty much do your own All Cup Tour if you play versus mode and just like set the max settings to do every course or whatnot. Which, yeah. Maybe some news features on the online side of things. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna have to make a new like server thing, kind of like what they did with what's it called? What they did with the Call of Duty games, and pretty much also what they did with the original Mario Kart 8, which was, you know, if you didn't own the DLC, you had to play on the non-DLC servers, and if you did own the DLC, you could play on, I think, both servers, or maybe just the ones who owned the DLC, which kind of separated the player base a bit. Which, mind you, the player base already is going to have Switch Online, but not everyone's going to have the expansion pass, so I'm very curious if, you know, how that's going to affect the player base. Because right now, the benefit of Kart 8 Deluxe is that the player base is the same because there is no DLC, so there's no reason for everyone to get separated. So, you know, I don't know. So many questions about that. I mean, I figured it would have been inevitable because this game should have gotten DLC a while back. It's actually quite interesting that a game that's been out for as long as the Switch has been out, basically, is just now getting DLC. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about. I mean, at this point, I basically already lost hope that this game was ever going to get any sort of DLC. I mean, there was always that glimmer of hope that they would bring DLC, but like, it was always like you know, it was more like a fever dream kind of thing. Like, you know, yeah, you know, I doubt it. I mean, it'd be nice if they did it, but, you know, especially the more the years went by and this game was still in the state that it was, like, I mean, it was just like, yeah, no, I don't think they're gonna do it. And lo and behold, they threw a curveball and did it. So, I mean, you know, Nintendo surprises us every time. Oh no. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do not know what they're gonna do. I mean, we already have a lot of features as is. It's just mission mode would probably be the biggest thing. Doubt they will do it, partially just because the amount of work that would take too to make a mission mode. You know, or even some sort of story mode. Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. This late in the game's development, yeah, no. I doubt it. Next Mario Kart game. Next Mario Kart game. I don't know. There's. I could just start making up stuff at this point of weird stuff they could do, but it's just like, I mean, aside from the fact that I'm kind of tired right now, I can't really think of anything, period. My mind's basically already asleep at this point. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot they could do. I mean, Honestly, the biggest thing they could do, and the more likely thing, is new characters that they could add with occasional updates. That's the only thing I could really see. Maybe new battle courses too, or new battle modes. I mean, we pretty much have the same modes, you know, all around. Maybe do a solo version of Balloon Battle aside from like the team version that we end up getting. A lot of the modes we have in battle mode now are team oriented, except for like the Shine one. So yeah, I guess maybe give battle mode a little more love. Really, that's the only thing I could think of. Maybe do the bomb one. Well, actually, no, we have the bomb one. I don't know. Bring back, yeah. Obviously, they promised 4 DLC tracks, but yeah, let's have some DLC battle courses just added on there just because as a little bonus. And maybe it could be some stuff like that too, where they just give us small trinkets of things here and there with every update, you know, or every release of DLC. Be like, so you're getting the new DLC courses today, but you also get this, or you also get this tiny feature here, and then at the very end save the whole like new major mode feature, which again, I don't know what that could be, if they're even going to do anything like that, because this game already has, you know, quite a few modes. Again, missions mode would be nice. I know I keep mentioning it, but please bring back mission mode. That was fun. Bring back the bosses. Bring back the practical feel where you're almost doing like a story mode kind of thing, you know. I know you could do it, Nintendo. Just recycle some ideas from the other ones. It's fine. I mean, it'll be in new courses, so it's doable, you know. I don't know about this side of that. Maybe they can add achievements to the game. That'd be something, right? I mean, I've probably already would have accomplished most of the ones on there just by default, just from how long I've been playing this game and how I've done. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else they could add. I'm out of words. I mean, I'm already blown away at the fact that we're even getting DLC courses, so that should be enough said right there. Yeah, honestly, couldn't think of anything else as far as a new mode. I think if it, even if they just do the courses, we'd be fine. I mean, yeah, maybe better online features. That'd honestly be it. I mean, add some more stuff they could do online, because that'll open up a whole like rabbit hole of different things they could try. You know, right there and right then and there. So, but yeah, just more online stuff. Maybe extra characters and mission mode. Those are the top 3 things that I would recommend for them to do. Out of all of those, the only one that seems plausible is the new characters and the new online modes. Missions, I mean, as much as I would love for that to be the case, I honestly doubt they're going to do that. And the reverse mode, which people claim, I doubt that too. So, or if they are going to do it, they're probably not going to do the over-the-top one that I mentioned. They'll probably do the 150cc thing, and it'll probably just be, you know, I mean, it's possible they could do it on a good chunk of these courses, but now we have, and then they'll probably also implement that in time trials too, because why not, you know? But yeah, mainly just the online features are probably going to be the bigger thing that I could see them improving, because at that point it's just like, you know, the online could have more things. I mean, it already has a decent bit of things, your usual worldwide, your regional, your battle mode. You got your, you know, freaking communities thing, which, you know, I barely used it at all. I think I used it more on Mario Kart 7 than I did in this game, but I feel like this game's version's better though, so there's that. Rightfully so. Maybe some new features to do with Mario Kart TV. Maybe increase the amount of highlights you can save. Maybe do some more in-depth editing would be cool. And I'm sure like they could pull the Mario Odyssey thing and just like let you like do like a free roam camera thing, so we can get some like epic shots of the characters. Because I mean, Mario Kart TV is nice, but having some kind of full control feature would be kind of interesting to have, you know, especially to make some dynamic, you know, looking videos and stuff on YouTube. Like, that would help with Nintendo on the YouTube side of things, you know, spreading the word about the game a little better. So yeah, I could see them, I could possibly see them doing something like that too, because Nintendo's been getting into that whole like, let me get the perfect picture, you know, while I'm playing this game thing and post it on Twitter or something. You know, they did it with Odyssey, and I forget what other game they've done it with recently. Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. Something else, I'm pretty sure as well, but yeah. Actually, I might as well show the credits after this, because, you know, I'm not going to have enough time to start another cup. So, we'll let the credits roll here. And this will be the only time I'll probably show the credits, so there we go. Probably not going to show it the rest of the stream. Maybe at the end I'll consider it, but I doubt I will. So yeah, that's the entirety of the original cups in the game for the OG Mario Kart 8 in 50cc in one episode. Not bad at all. Of course, I still have the OG DLCs, and then of course the rest of the CCs. So you know, that'll be with time come, of course. Show off of all the characters. Metal Mario there, Peach, the babies, all 5 of them. We definitely needed 5. We got Link here, you know, it doesn't make any sense to be in this game unless it was Nintendo Kart, but he's here anyway. You know, why not? Inkling, you know, also not a Mario character. Lakitu is nice, you know, he showed up in 7, but maybe bring back some of those 7 Mario Kart characters like Wiggler and Queen Bee, Double Dash, Parakarry, you know. Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. isn't in this game. That's another big one that I'm surprised never got added. Is Bowser Jr. The freaking Bowser's son. They have all the Koopalings are just missing Bowser's son. Like how the freak, you know? Mind you, I don't think Bowser Jr. was in Odyssey, so I mean, it's kind of interesting there too. He's almost kind of getting forgotten, but like he's still there because of 3D All Stars. I don't know. Freak. Who else? Who else? No, that really would be it. And the unreleased characters. Then, of course, maybe some new ones, you know, or some of these freaking tour characters, you know. Give us some of those. King Bob Bomb is a tour character. Give us freaking Dixie Kong, who's never a character in the main series. Give us those weird ones, you know. Why not? I mean, at least give us some other stuff to work with. Mind you, the selection's already pretty good. It's just the Koopalings and the babies are a little much, you know. There could have been some potential for better characters there, let's be real here. But yeah, you know, ultimately new characters and better online features are the two main things I would definitely see. I'd probably rank, you know, if they are to do a reverse mode, that would probably be the third thing on the list as far as like ranking from most likely to least likely. And then the least likely, of course, would be the mission mode. I honestly just I could see them just completely just forgetting about that ever being a feature until maybe the next Mario Kart game, if even, you know, because there needs to be some more single player stuff. I mean, sure, the Grand Prix is the big single player, you know, go to play, but you know, once you finish Grand Prix, like, I mean, and it's just Grand Prix. Mind you, it's Mario Kart, so there isn't really much of a story, so a story mode wouldn't necessarily make sense, but hey, you have a story mode in Mario Tennis and Mario Golf, which on first glance makes no sense, but you know, there's stories there, so I'm sure they could do something for Mario Kart, and maybe make it like a mission mode thing, where they like add missions to it, which, again, Dap will do it for this game, but they could do it for the next one. And just wait till we start seeing all the new cups here too. Look on this screen right here with the freaking cups. They're gonna have to add them to the credits too, so, you know. Well, yeah, that's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We still got another probably 4 to 5 parts remaining, so yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Probably won't be on Mario Kart till Monday. Next stream after this will probably be Borderlands, honestly.